Hi guys, welcome back to Inside Pro Cycling TV. Today's episode is pretty unique. We're filming in Miami and we're filming at a frame builder's operation. His name is Michael Terraferma. He's a young man that I've met 20 years ago when he was still riding and he had no idea he was going to be building frames. Over the last 10, 15 years, he's been building frames and he's got a real high quality custom frame building operation right here in Miami. So we decided to bring you this because it's actually very interesting. There's a lot of mystery connected with building a frame, and Michael is going to explain to us, take all the mystery out of it, and he's going to explain to us how it's done. So I'd like to welcome you, Michael. Good to be here with you. It's been, I've known him when he was very young, by the way. So Michael, explain to us let's take the mystery out of building a frame.
Basically, you start with a lengthy interview with the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've settled on the seat tube, the top tube, the different angles of the frame,
Right.
what the customer wants, you start off with an AutoCAD drawing,
Mm-hmm.
and then once the AutoCAD drawing is complete, then you start designing the frame. So once we have our basic design, then we'll move to the frame jig. And the frame jig, it's basically
If you want to hold this.
it's basically a Blanchard piece of aluminum that's ground down that takes care of all the different angles for the frame. You have your seat tube angle here, you have your head tube angle here, you have your fork height here, you have your chainstay length here,
Mhm.
and you have your bottom bracket drop here. So basically the whole frame is put on the jig, and then it's tack welded and it's taken to the stand and
So the whole operation starts here, okay? Here's where you decide, you transfer the paper to actual
correct.
matter, in
Correct.
other words, to the tubes.
Correct.
And now, here you can use different kinds of tubes, like you can use steel or...
This jig is completely universal. This jig, if you want, you'll see it actually has purge lines. So if you attach your purge lines to here and to the back, and to over here, you could do titanium, you could do or aluminum. What a purge line is you would have another bottle in the back, and you would turn this on like so, and it would fill the inside of the frame with argon gas, and then when you would weld it, you would have argon from the front. But for the purposes of steel, you don't really need these purge
Mhm.
lines.
Okay.
But basically the frame, the way I like to do the frame is first you start with the fork, and once the fork is completed, then you take the exact length of the fork, 368, 369, because when something is handmade, if you wanted 368, a millimeter tolerance here and there, maybe you end up with 369. So then you transfer that to here. So you have the exact height of the fork, so you end up with a completely level top tube.
Excellent. So Michael, one of the things that he does more than anything else is real custom frames. And Michael, can you show us that
Sure,
frame that
sure.
we got back there?
This-
Here's a frame that Michael is working on, and guess what size this frame is, guys? This is a 71. This is for somebody who's 6'9", 310 pounds?
320 pounds.
320 pounds.
He lives in Ecuador.
He lives in Ecuador. I didn't know they made people that big over there. But anyway, this is actually a representative of the extremes that he can go in making a frame. Because I don't think that there's many people that can actually do 71 centimeter frames. Is that correct?
Correct. This frame is fillet brazed. There's basically three ways to join a bike. You have you fillet braze, which is you use brass, and then you clean it and you polish it, and it looks basically like a jointless, lugless frame.
Mm-hmm. This could almost even look like a carbon frame.
It
It looks like a carbon frame.
Right.
But Michael tells me that when the guy walked in the door, he actually got scared. This guy was 6'9", 310. Oh, and he wanted a sub 20-pound frame,
he
right?
wanted like a 15, 18 pound bike.
So,
This is where
okay.
he ended up. This bike was designed to his proportions,
Mm.
which is a 44 down tube, a 32 and a half top tube, and a 34 seat tube. The seat tube is actually so big, I had to make a sleeve, an aluminum sleeve, to put in there because they don't make a seat post big enough. So there's aluminum sleeve here.
Mm.
They're like almost like a bushing.
Excellent.
And then the chain stays. They're actually fork blades.
Mhm. Really?
They're actually fork blades, and then the seat stays are fairly standard.
My
But the
God.
frame could easily take his load. Because he's gonna be riding in the mountains in Ecuador. So
I could imagine, yeah.
he'll be
320 pounds,
yeah,
my God.
He's a big man.
So we're having actually, we're spending a lot more time than we thought we would be. So we're going to do this in a couple of sections. So today we're going to end up for today, and then tomorrow we're going to come back and do another section with Michael on other parts of the frame building process. So thanks very much for attending. I hope this was interesting to you. It was certainly interesting to me. And we'll be back at you shortly with Michael again. Thanks.